Eagle Rock. The sentinel of this region and symbol of Royal National Park wakes with the morning sun and swoops north, south, east and west over the land of the first Australians. We are witness to a new day, a vista that the Darawal people observed for many thousands of years as they enjoyed the bounty of this coastal paradise. The scenery and wildlife speak of life's richness, still intact here, shared with just a few of us in this dawn encounter. Please stay a while, there's so much to enjoy and marvel at. Its eastern boundary extends from Bundeena and Gibbon Head in the north, through to Watford in the south. A tiny township perched dramatically atop 300-metre cliffs. Each year, millions of people are attracted to this dramatic coastline, and many are adventurous enough to trek the entire coastwalk, a rewarding 26-kilometre journey where a myriad of wildflowers bloom in late winter and spring.
My name is Peter Vaughan. I'm an activity leader for the National Parks Association Southern Sydney branch. The NPA is an organisation that conducts recreational and conservation activities within and around the national parks. We also do our bit to help educate people about some of the environmental issues that affect these reserves. The NPA leads regular guided walks on the world famous Coast Track. One of the big advantages of the Coast Track, it's so accessible to Sydney. People from the city can come out, get some fresh air, healthy exercise and enjoy this wonderful natural environment. We get many types of people, all walks of life, and people come from all corners of the globe to walk the Coast Track. From wildlife photographers to nature lovers and everyday people that want to have a bit of an adventure and come and stretch their legs. Some of the ecosystems that walkers will experience on the Coast Track will start off on the top of spectacular cliff tops overlooking the Pacific Ocean. We'll move through open heathland with an abundance of wildflowers and birdlife. We'll discover secret coves with pristine creeks and spectacular waterfalls. There's also a chance to experience amazing beaches that are only accessible by foot. Oh, my personal favourite spot would have to be the wonderful little waterfall and crystal clear swimming hole, just a short stroll through the cabbage tree palms from Korakarang Cove. I'd encourage anyone out there that wants to experience the great outdoors to come along on an NPA walk and just enjoy the world-class scenery. It really doesn't get any better than this.
Commonly referred to as the People's Park, Royal National Park was the first of its kind in Australia, and actually the first gazetted national park in the world. But some may be surprised by the original intention behind Australia's favourite reserve.
This park, the Royal National Park, is called the People's Park. Over 3 million people visit it every year. It is by far the busiest park in Australia. People come here for all sorts of reasons. They come to fish, they come to kayak, they come to swim, bushwalk, birdwatch, and just generally have a good time. They've been doing it for well over 100 years. It actually started as an English pleasure ground when it was first created in 1879. Deer were introduced, foreign trees were introduced. The area was laid out like an English garden. The orderly village is particularly important for people who want to come in family groups, who want to have a picnic, who may want to go kayaking, who may want to hire a boat, who go walking along Lady Carrington Drive, and who start out on bushwalks. It's basically the ideal part of the park for people to come and relax under the trees with family and friends. Down on the coast from Audley, you'll find another beautiful spot called Watermolla. It's a lovely coastal lagoon. It's filled with soft sand, beautiful water, and a place where people can picnic, lie on the beach, swim, and enjoy nature. You'd find it very hard to believe that it's only 30 kilometres from the Sydney CBD. So with so much use and so much traffic, it's important that all the ecosystems All the habitats that make up this park are given as much protection as possible.
A visitor need only wander a short distance from the picnic area at Guatemala to enjoy the best of what Royal National Park has to offer. A crystal blue bay with a cooling cascade. Pure bliss after trekking the surrounding bushland. Divers who explore beneath the glass-clear waters of Guatemala quickly discover an alien world, hidden from most people. An awe-inspiring environment with a diversity of sea life. But how well protected is this blue fringe that borders Royal National Park?
Strangely enough, the waters of the Royal National Park are not protected as a marine park. General consensus is at least 20% of the waters off our coast should be protected. And you only need to witness the annual migration of the humpback whale through these waters to realise that we have something very special here that needs to be protected just as much as the land.
The light of afternoon fades to dusk, signalling the end of our day at Royal National Park. David Ingray is a representative of the La Perouse local Aboriginal Land Council. He follows a well-worn path to a place rich with cultural significance for the traditional custodians of this land. The Darawal people lived in the region for around 15,000 years. The number of special Aboriginal sites include rock shelters, engravings and middens, making this area one of the richest in Aboriginal heritage in the Sydney region.
Engravings and rock art of any sort basically is important because they were our teaching places, ceremonial places. Each of the engravings or are they're basically signposts for the place itself. And they signify what different things happen in the area. The whale in the story was important. He owned the canoe that was big enough for all the people to travel and wouldn't share it, basically. And then they stole his canoe and, apparently that's why he's going up and down the coast. He's still looking for it. And we have a stingray at the other end, which is probably one of the major totems from all records and things that were said within the area. They called Botany Bay Stingray Bay, and they were throughout the three bays. They were very big. It was noted that they didn't eat them. So he was probably more an important as far as the totem's concerned. We have the kangaroo on here, some seals, there's some turtles, boomerangs, and the little man at the other end that has to do with one of the spiritual stories. This is actually quite a significant site that they're on the land people belong to for so long, and to look after them. They can be here for another couple of thousand years with any luck.